Was she a seductress or the smartest ruler in ancient Egypt? Cleopatra's true power was never in her perfume, but in her politics. Let's peel back 2,000 years of rumor to meet the strategist who nearly rewrote the map of the Mediterranean. When Cleopatra VII took the throne, Egypt was still rich but politically shrinking, wedged between a hungry Rome and restless local elites. By her death, she had bent two Roman titans to her agenda, forced the Roman Senate to debate Egyptian policy on Roman soil, and made herself the most talked about woman of the ancient world. That is influence. Hollywood sells Cleopatra as an otherworldly beauty draped in gold. Contemporary coins tell a plainer story. A sharp nose, strong chin, confident gaze. Ancient writers barely mention her looks. Instead, they marvel at her charisma, her polyglot intellect. She reportedly spoke 9 languages, and her ability to make anyone feel seen. In other words, her greatest weapon was not her face, it was her mind. In 48 BCE, Cleopatra was 21 in exile and locked in a civil war with her teenage brother-husband Ptolemy XIII. Enter Julius Caesar, chasing Pompey's assassins to Alexandria. Cleopatra did not glide in on a perfume cloud. She arrived rolled in a carpet, a stunt of showmanship and dare. Winning Caesar meant more than romance. It meant Rome's legions, Rome's gold, Rome's legitimacy. Within months, Caesar reinstated her as sole ruler, settled Egypt's debts, and even placed a golden statue of her in the Temple of Venus in Rome, a foreign queen displayed in the heart of the Republic. That was marketing genius. After Caesar's assassination, Rome fractured. Cleopatra analyzed the board and chose Mark Antony, the power broker of the eastern provinces. Their famous love affair was also a calculated merger. Antony needed Egypt's treasury for his Parthian war. Cleopatra needed a Roman shield for her throne and her children's future. She staged their first summit on her royal barge, scented the sails with incense, and reenacted the myth of Isis and Osiris, casting herself and Antony as living gods. By turning politics into theater, Cleopatra made their alliance feel cosmic, inevitable. While Cleopatra and Antony were spinning mythology, Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, launched a smear campaign. He painted Cleopatra as a foreign temptress bewitching a good Roman man. The tactic worked. The Senate declared war not on Antony, but on Cleopatra personally. Notice the angle. Rome couldn't admit a civil war, so it framed the conflict as a crusade against an exotic queen. At Actium in 31 BCE, Antony and Cleopatra's fleet faltered. Octavian controlled the sea. Back in Alexandria, Cleopatra readied one more play: negotiations to place her children on the throne and Egypt as a client kingdom. Octavian refused. With no exit, Antony fell on his sword. Cleopatra followed, perhaps by the famous asp, perhaps by poison. A mystery unsolved. What matters is why, refusing the humiliation of Octavian's triumph parade, she chose her narrative over his. Rome rewrote Cleopatra as a cautionary tale of dangerous female charm. Yet in less than 2 decades, she stabilized Egypt's economy, introduced a silver currency reform, expanded trade deep into Africa and Arabia, protected Egypt's autonomy a full generation longer than most experts thought possible. Her real legacy is a masterclass in soft power, how story, spectacle, and statecraft can outweigh armies. So, seductress or strategist? History suggests both, but the strategy endured longer than the seduction. If you enjoyed unmasking the myths, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and tell us in the comments which historical figure you want decoded next. This is Chrono Tales, where we trade legends for logic.